Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings. I pray that all is well. All right. Assalamu alaikum. I pray that all is well and you all are in the best of health and spirits. It is your sister, Denise Renee Muhammad, and we're coming on today for another episode of our Health and Wellness Power Hour. Our Health and Wellness Power Hour. So as you come in, go ahead and share the video. Share the video. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Brother Sean, how are you? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. All is well.
Yes,
How about
sir.
yourself?
All is well. All is well. Alive and well.
Mm-hmm. That's there ain't nothing wrong with that either, too.
That's, hey, the best way to be.
Yeah.
So, our topic today, family, is the science of healing. The science of healing. We're going to get into that. Um, yeah, let's get into it, Brother Sean.
What you think
What?
about that?
Yeah, I think that's a great topic. That's a great topic. Healing is the buzzword of of
Boy,
today.
that's it. Sheesh.
And it's really a process that's continuous, I think. What do you think about that?
That's a good, I mean, like you said, it's definitely a buzzword, man, and that's going around, but the science of healing is, I mean, and that's the weird part because I mean, I only use that word because other people use that word, but really there's no such, it's not a real word. It
Hmm.
definitely, and
Why
the
do you
stuff
say
that
that?
because it's, I mean, it's it's nothing that, I mean, we look at the word healing and where it comes from, that comes from not science. It doesn't
Hmm.
come from medicine. That's doctors don't use that. Doctors can't use that word. So it's not a medical science word. They can't use it. In a lot of cases, they could use their credentials or license, from using those because that's not what happens or they do or anybody else can do. So that word and the origin of it and the usage of it, that's the snake oil salesman. I mean,
You
so
say snake oil.
it is because I mean, the only people that can use it or that you when it before this time where it's just a catchphrase. But at first, that was something you went to your priest for that. You didn't go to a doctor for that.
Mm,
So that was mental, emotional, spiritual. Where you done something or something happened to you and you need to express that. But as
right.
far as physically, your body heals itself.
True.
COVID, would they tell you to look at Coke? Go home and hey, just ride it out, right?
Right.
Colds, flus, would ride it out? Here's something that can make you feel a little bit better. All right, you getting hot. Here's something that maybe can bring your little fever down. Here's something that can stop the cough so much. You know what I mean? Here's something that could stop the congestion so much so you can. But you ride it out. That's the instructions.
Right.
So healing isn't anything to do with the physical body. It's the what happens inside of the physical body. And when we're looking at that, that's it's something that has already happened.
Right.
So that's my memory. Listen. We gonna break this down. Come on, we gonna get this. We gonna
Yes.
get this. We gonna. That's your memory. So now we're dealing with this, right?
Mhm.
And so if this is something that has already happened, right? The part of the brain that is responsible for that would be the hippocampus.
Okay.
That's where the memory is at. That's the part
Right.
of the brain that is responsible for our memory. We have two types of memory, right? So we're dealing with the memory. We have implicit and we have explicit. The difference is implicit, because you always see is always happening. Implicit is explicit is on purpose, implicit is just general. So the things that get stored explicit would be considered long term, implicit short term, right? So that would be the main two differences. Now, of course, long term would be the things that's happened previous a while ago from our childhood, far as back as we can remember. The more significant, right? The memory, the that's what makes it an explicit memory versus an implicit. The significance of it, right? So whether it's something that was super happy, love, my first love, right? My first, my first pair of shoes, my first this, or something traumatic. I was touched, I was this, I was that. You know what I mean? I went through this, an accident. So that's the significance of that action is what makes it explicit and is stored in under that long term. And the type of action is what makes it traumatic or happy, right? Now,
Right.
when we're looking at, but it's all happening here, right?
Yeah.
So, oh, I need the time heals all wounds. Hold up, ho. The wound, see, we using the wrong verbiage because a wound on the physical, a cut, we know how long it takes for a cut to heal. If a cut, if it's taking longer than that, we know that there's more than likely something going on. It's infected or something, right? So
Yeah.
now we need extra attention. But you just dress it and forget it. It heals itself. Broken bones, sprained ankles, torn, all of these things, they have a determined amount of time that they heal. You
Hmm.
you feel me? So when we looking at time, when time heals all wounds, hold up. This is here. It
Right.
had because like that's where it's happening at because the frontal lobe, this is our executive, this is where thoughts is coming from, but this is also our motor neuron. So
Hmm.
not only is our higher thoughts coming from here, but also our ability to move ourselves. That you know what I mean? So our parietal lobe, that's the sensory lobe. Our occipital, that's the sight. The temporal, that's our hearing. When we go inside, we find the insula. That's the limbic system. This is where the neurons that are responsible for activating the hippocampus and the limbic system and all of that, the other brain parts, right?
Right.
So this is where we're at. We're right in here. This is where
That's where all the magic happens. Huh?
right. So, but look where. So the olfactory and our sight nerves, they both run
Hmm.
through this. They both, especially the sight, is filtered through this, right?
Right.
It's filtered through the limbic system before it gets to the occipital lobe. Everything is filtered through the limbic system before it goes up or down in this, right? So this is what we're dealing with. There's many things that can help us because if anything that's already happened to me, I can remember it. I should be able to remember it without experiencing what I went through the first time.
Wow.
See, that's something that okay, I control that because it's my brain. See, we're
Right.
not supposed to forget a traumatic incident. I lost my dad. How am I forget that? That's crazy. That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I should be able to go back to that and not experience that
The
same sense
same.
of loss the first, you know what I mean? It's going to be not the happiest, but I should be able to control my brain to say, "Bam!" Because it's my life. It's good or bad. It's my life, and I can't take nothing away because everything that happened got me to where I'm at right now.
Right.
I gotta. That's the healing. Me being present. Don't we say that? Being
Yeah,
present,
be
right?
present.
So
Present
I'm
time.
not here. When you present, you're not here. See, this isn't present. This is your memory, and memory is your past. Your memory, your remember.
Yes.
You're not here. Your memory isn't your future. It's your
Remembering. Right.
right. But
Right.
we should be able to do that without it taking us back through the same uh
Emotion.
feel right in the hormones, the chemical
Yeah.
responses, the neural responses, right? Because stress, fight or flight is both neurological and is both our endocrine system. So because we hear that the stress hormones are adrenaline and cortisol, right?
Hmm.
Adrenaline comes from our nervous system. See, when you stressed out, fight or flight, you get that power because the nervous system goes straight to the adrenal glands and it makes it make epinephrine or adrenaline, right?
Hmm.
So that's why we first get the rush. The cortisol comes from our endocrine system, the HPA axis. That's slower because that's traveling through our bloodstream. So you it's flight or fight. So you run before you would fight. You see a snake, whoa, you think it's a snake. You ran, then that was just a stick. You know what I mean? But your body wants you to run away from danger
Right.
first. So that's where we get the running from. Because when we get triggered, the nervous system makes your body produce adrenaline first. So you got adrenaline in your body for the first minute to 2-3 minutes before you start getting the cortisol, the aggression. So
Right.
you ready to run. So when you get this, why that you always running because okay, when we look at the body, it's designed to make you run away from perceived danger before you stay there and fight for it. So
Right.
this is built in. So, but when we know this allows us to control it because it is controllable. This is all in the brain, so I teach my brain. I teach I practice just like you would practice boxing and
Yes.
you don't even if you don't have a trainer over there or a body bag or nothing and you just you can imagine okay you can imagine them throwing punches at you and you know what I mean so you practice the breathing techniques you practice different scenarios that you could possibly go through based on your life not somebody else's but you know your life you know your triggers you know okay I might see that person throughout my travels I can't avoid them that's my trigger so
Right.
let me practice My breathing techniques. Let me, Sister Denise, I need one of them
Yeah.
inhalers. I
Right.
need one of them pocket inhalers. Put that joint on my
Yes.
keychain.
That aromatherapy on the go. Keep it with you.
Right. Just like you got your mace. So if you want to get off an attacker, see, oh, this is internal. How do you, so that's like
Absolutely.
macing that fiery spirit inside of you. That's what the aromatherapy does. Listen
Yeah.
to it.
That's good. I like that. I like that.
Let me tell y'all now. You
Yes,
see me?
sir.
So, yeah. See, so because this is inside. So if I'm looking at this is happening, the hippocampus, I had one of the models that had it on there, but it's about right there in the brain. So
Okay.
when we are looking at the essential oils and their effect, the olfactory nerves is right here. So it's coming right in one of the first effects or organs or parts of the brain that it has an effect on is the limbic system
The limbic system.
because it's right there. It's right
Right.
there.
Yes,
It's
sir.
right there. You do so when we are looking at okay the science of healing and we okay this we got physical healing. We don't control that. The body heals itself. So now it can only be mental, spiritual, emotional, right?
Right.
When we looking at that, that's usually based on something that's already happened. It's not based on, there is no future trauma that we can project ourselves into. It's recalling or trying to suppress.
Yes.
See, okay.
Not
So
dealing with
that
it. Right. Not dealing with that
I'm
emotional
right.
pain.
I'm locked in. I'm locked in here. I'm locked in. I'm locked in. That's not living. That's
Right.
surviving. And you cannot survive like that but so long because we need love is oxytocin that comes from the brain. Look, the love comes from the hypothalamus and pituitary gland. Oxytocin comes from right there. Bam. But if we stressed out and we lost here, emotional hijack. I can't produce oxytocin. So, but
Right.
oxytocin comes from us touching each other, not in a the mother giving breastfeeding the baby is where they first discovered it when from her
Right.
holding the baby and so when I say us touching, it has nothing to do with sex. You know what I mean? But we need the human touch. We're
Yeah,
designed
just a
for
hug.
right. I can't tickle myself. I can scratch myself, but I can't, you can't. Ain't no tickling. You
Right.
somebody tickle your foot and you tickle it in the same spot. You're scratching. You're not tickling,
Right.
right? So we need that to produce those happy moments and energy and vibrations. We need that, but
Yes.
either being constantly triggered by it, and that's not the problem. Look, so we can't stop the trigger, right? We can't stop the trigger. And I'm not going, it's about controlling how long I'm triggered. Does that make sense?
Yes. Makes
We
sense.
can't control because I mean my parents are my trigger and they both alive. I'm triggered every day, man. I'm triggered every day, man. You think because they my triggers. They were not good parents, and they're still here. And you will always need your parents, whether you got good ones or bad. When if parents die, you be like, man, I wish my mom and dad was still here. Mine
Yeah.
are, and they don't. They. So I'm saying all of this from experience because I had to solve it within myself because I was driving myself crazy. I was driving my family crazy, my children. I couldn't have a relationship because I was either running from my triggers or I was always getting triggered. And I didn't know, okay, you can't stop the trigger, but I can controlling how
Your
long I'm
response.
triggered.
Right. Control your
See,
response to it.
yes, I can see, I can trade one of the ways, essential oils,
Mhm.
because these are components that literally wipe the slate clean. They don't
Yes.
make you do no, they don't make you go no way, but just wow. That's you just like wow.
Right.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Just take some time, stop and breathe. Inhale.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
Mhm. And
it's a
as you were
reset.
saying, right, it's a reset.
But
It
no, what was you
helps
ready to say, sir?
calm. Whatever you're going through at that time, it helps to calm those emotions, relieve that stress, that anxiety, because it goes directly to the limbic system of your brain within 22 seconds. And that's where it starts in the mind. That's why
Right.
they are so powerful.
That I'm telling you. And it's a reset
Yeah,
because it brings you out of the trigger. Like you
exactly.
can't, that's why you're stuck. This was why we get stuck. I'm not saying you. This is why we get stuck. Because if you are alone, there's nobody that can say, hey, wake up.
Right.
Snap out of it.
Yes.
We see it how it's represented in TV shows and movies when somebody's in that stuck. You can't. It's only so many ways you can bring somebody out of that because they can't. That we are. This is the autonomic nervous system. We gotta. You feel me? So if I don't train my brain, if I don't train my body how to, as Sister Denise said, react to my triggers, it's going to go what it's already was set with.
Right.
You feel me? So when you look at this is perceived, is it I before E?
Before E, except after C. Did we all learn that?
Woo! All righty then. Okay, so is it, yeah, okay. This is perceived, right? Stress, right? This is perceived because it's all under stress. This is what the body is recognizing.
Yeah.
So the stress, trauma, anger, it's all under stress, right? So when you're looking at the stress response, there is a start and there's a finish, right? So whether it's from the hormone or not, and so when the stress starts, it will go to the finish. It just like I said, you think you see a snake, so you run from the snake. Bam, you get a safe distance away, your body will stop because once you get to the safe distance, the body is sending a signal back to say, okay, we're safe. The stress is over. We can go back to normal,
Right.
right? So that's how that works. So we have the start, and then we have the hormones that say, okay, it's over. Bam. Now, when we are going through something that's already happened to us, or like for me, my parents are my triggers, and I have these triggers, there is no finish. There is no because there's no safe distance that my body can run to.
Right.
Cause it's my mom. It's my mom. God damn. You mean like I can't run. I got brothers and sisters. They call me. We got the same mother and father. Like, you know what I mean? But so I can't. So there is no finish. So there, meaning that there is no hormone going back to my brain to say, okay, it's you're safe. The event is over. We don't have to keep producing the stress response.
Right.
This is where they say the healing and or the where I'm unhealed at.
Mhm.
Because there is nothing to turn it off because it's here. I created it. I caused it. It's not a real nothing. Something that already happened to me. It should not happen to me again now. Why does he fear the devil now that he's a big man? Nation of Islam, we learned this, man. We
Right.
90 years old. Like, why does he fear the devil now that he's a big man? Because he taught him to eat the wrong foods. Okay, hold up. We got some right. This is what we doing now with this in the brain. This is the right food. Because if we understand how it happens, we understand that, okay, hold up. I'm going to, I know this is my memory. So I got the essential oils that are right
Right.
there. I don't have to eat, drink. I can, how long does it take, sis?
22 seconds.
Come on, man. You
What's faster than that?
you can't even count to 10 quicker than 22.
Right.
If you mad, it's gonna take you about 30 seconds to count to 10. One,
Right.
two, and you ain't you because you mad. So if you traumatized, you sitting there at your car and you can't, you stuck. You at your desk, you stuck. You in your bed, you stuck. You on the toilet, you stuck. You here, you stuck. You just can't control yourself, your emotions, right? You
Right.
can't control your nervous system, so you can't even move. It's like
Wow.
you just
Stuck.
watching. Yes. Until your body finally comes out of this because you can't stop it because there is no finish line. So if I don't know how to, okay, I'm triggered because we're not supposed to notice this. This is supposed to happen smoothly, but it's only supposed to be momentarily, not something that we're causing to be long winded. Right. So,
Right.
and the longer we do these things, the bodies become addicted and it becomes harder and harder. So, we be in our 50s, in our late 40s, our late 30s, and we are emotional, mental, nervous wrecks,
Right.
neuropathy, and all of these other brain impairments, mental capability, like, it, this is how. So, a lot of this is because we induce this and we don't know how to stop it. We looking at foods and beverages when that's not how the body works,
Mhm.
right? So the that's why we all, one of the reasons, not why, but one of the main reasons, because this is our control center, and one of the main ways that we can control this, that it's nothing else. Everything else has to travel up the bloodstream.
Right.
And then
Has
we
to
got
be
the blood
broken
brain
down.
barrier.
Yes.
No, I'm
Everything
sorry, what you
else,
said?
food, sea moss, anything that you have that has to
Alkaline
be,
water.
yes, digested. It's going through a whole process. But with aromatherapy, the essential oils, like just smelling, inhaling the aroma, those constituents within 22 seconds, it goes to that limbic system of your brain, the seat of your emotions, and helps you to become unstuck. Like Brother Kente says, he's stuck. He said, I constantly deal with this reality. I had an episode today where I was lost, where I lost my composure.
Mm,
He was
you better get that
emotionally
inhaler.
hijacked, Brother Sean.
You better get that inhaler.
That's right.
Shoot.
Get with me,
Hey,
brother Kente. Get that inhaler. Keep it in your pocket.
hey. I'm trying. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. This is. I got a lifetime supply of essential oils, man. I'm trying to take. This is not. I don't. I take this very seriously because, especially for those of us who follow the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the teachings of the Nation of Islam, where we
Hmm.
strive to practice how to eat to live, right? So these are the components, these are the plants. So it's either I can eat these or I can use them on a topical or cleaning up my environment without having to eat them, but it's the best part of them. It's
Right.
the
That's why it's aromatherapy.
yeah,
Aroma.
exactly, exactly. So I
You
mean,
said
but
Brother
I'm sorry. Go
Kente
ahead. Sis.
asked, where can I get one? From me, Brother Kente.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
just contact me and
yeah,
I can prepare one for you. Um
yeah.
and
Yeah, I don't do commercial. I don't do that. I'd use those for my like I
right.
stack us up, but yeah, I'm
And
not.
most of the time
Yeah, yeah,
I'm my own best customer with these
yeah, yeah,
essential.
yeah.
But a good one that I was reading about today, geranium.
Mm.
It says
Mm.
it stimulates the nerves and helps release negative memories.
Hmm.
Geranium
Hmm.
essential oil helps to release negative memories.
I got like three. I got like man. I got a little bit left in there. I done had that bottle for years, man.
Yeah,
It's like
I love it.
I'm saving it. I'm saving it for because I was using it and didn't need it. You
Right.
know what I mean? So and that's where my first experience with the oils. I'm just using them like just diffusing them. I ain't really using them.
Because they smell good, really.
Right, right. But now that, like I said, and that was a waste. And some of these, all of them aren't the same. So, like, you got like the mints and stuff, those are usually on the cheaper side because they're easily produced. So, the ones
Right.
that are easier produced and don't, like roses, shoo, you don't want to
Rose,
play around with it, man.
one bottle, shoot, the real, like $200 for a little 5 milliliter because
Yes, the
it's
five.
so hard to get. Like it takes so many thousands of pounds of rose petals to produce
Exactly.
a 5 milliliter bottle of oil. So that's why.
Yep.
Sister Lindsay asks, "Do I sell those?" Yes, ma'am. I do sell those essential oils. I have my website. Brother Kente says, I need some of that so it can help me throw all my negative self sabotaging thoughts in the trash where it belongs. Yes, sir.
I mean, that works, but I'm saying, with the brain produces is what the brain produces. You don't sometimes it's not that we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen outside of ourselves.
Right.
So that's the part we can't control because I don't know
Exactly.
what other things are going to do. A bee come up, I don't know. So but that's also the fun part and the exciting part because as long as I know what I'm going to do, it doesn't matter. So if I'm breathing properly, right? And that's when somebody's upset, you look at the things you tell somebody to do when they're going through an emotional episode. It doesn't always have to be anger, but you can from an external point, you can only tell them to do so many things because they're
Right.
usually holding their breath or breathing erratic. Hey man, breathe. Like, or they're calm down. You know what I mean? Like that's so because they're going through that. But if they don't know how to bring themselves out, they could be using these things and they don't work. Like you can count to 100 and you still like I'm still mad. Like it ain't working. I'm breathing properly. It ain't working. I'm still going through something. I got the diffusers jumping. I'm still going. I'm doing. Man, I'm still on this ride.
That needs a
So
deeper level of therapy, some auditing along with it.
I mean, you that too, and you just gotta. You just you. It's awareness. It's because it's something that is already happened.
Hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? Like outside
Right.
of road rage and stuff like that, where that's you're reacting to something, bro. But when we're looking at the where they talking about, I need healing. That's from something that already happened. If it already happened, it can't hurt me again because it's already happened.
Right.
What don't kill me make me strong. See, these are the things that are already there that we pull on because some you can pray all day and prayer sometimes doesn't change your attitude and your energy. I mean, like you can go through it. That's why there's more than one thing that we can do. And sometimes you might have to go down the list and pray and do aromatherapy and then exercise, then go out and ground and then meditate and then go jump on the trampoline and then do
Right.
you sometimes you might got to do all of these holistic healthy things that don't involve eating, that don't involve yelling and shouting and hurting myself or hurting somebody else, but it's how I gain control of myself because the clock is still moving. Life is still moving. So every moment that I'm not in the moment of life, what am I in then? You
Hmm.
feel like so if I'm not in the
Right.
cycle of life, what cycle am I in then? You feel me? Like, nah, let
Yeah.
me get back. Let me get back. And as long as you're winning, see, as long as you're gaining, as long as you're improving, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that it takes 75 years to learn how to live.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
only 52, man. I mean, so I should expect difficulty. I should expect that I don't make the right decision all the time because I'm still learning how to live. This is a coping mechanism. You see, like cause hold up, I'm tripping, man. I'm still, man. I ain't even, man. I'm tripping, man. I'm still learning how to live, man. I'm still figuring this stuff out, man. I'm lunching. You know what I mean? Like that's how you, cause you gotta laugh. This is dealing with the nervous system activating the adrenal glands, the endocrine system activating the adrenal glands. This is the
Mhm.
emotional hijacking. So you got higher self, lower self. I'm thinking this is instinct. I'm reacting. I'm
Right.
acting, reacting. Cause effect. So when my power is here, my lower self, because I'm not thinking. Anything can happen. And that's when the stuff happens when we're in that state.
Right.
So to get my energy back, what was you say? You was ready to say, what was you ready to say, sis? I'm sorry.
No, I was agreeing with you. You
Mm.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where the oils come in at because if my nervous system is here because of my thoughts, it's not here because it's here because of my thoughts. It's here because
Exactly.
I've been triggered. Right. So I got to bring it back first to being present. Because I'm in, you see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I first, step one, because we got to start, it's got to be a step one. Step one, am I present?
Come to present time. Yes.
Man, my mom and dad ain't even here. I'm tripping.
Right. Like I'm
And
52 now. I'm not 6 years old when that happened.
yeah, so that's where because you can't change something that's done already done. That's
Right.
where people be like, I need healing at because they trying to change. You can't go back and fight the person that touched you. You yes, you I know in your head you shoulda, woulda, coulda if you could do it again, but you have to accept the fact that you didn't but you're still here.
Right.
If you went to prison and you shouldn't have did that, yeah, I know. If you could do it again, man, and then everything else would have. But you here and you are who you are because of what you went through.
Right.
You might not have been the person that you are. You might have been an asshole if you hadn't have went this route. Because this is what I mean. You might have been a slave. You might have been. You don't know. So we, like I say, we it's we can. I'm present. Presently,
Hmm.
I'm a king. Oh man,
Oh my
shit.
God.
I'm bad. Hey man, shit. Let me look at myself again. Shoot, I know somebody done told you you look good in your lifetime. Bring that
Right.
memory up. You ain't gotta just remember the dumb stuff. Hey man, I know you done got a good job, or congratulations somewhere. Bring that up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Recall that
Recall.
part.
Yeah, a pleasure moment. Recall a pleasure.
Exactly. The
And
oils
listen
will
to
help
this,
you do that.
Brother Sean. We have a blend called Present
Mhm.
Time, and it says
Ooh.
this, and they say disease, but I'm gonna say dis-ease develops when we live in the past with regret. Being in the present time is the key to progressing and moving forward.
Hmm.
And it has
Yeah.
neroli essential oil in it,
Mm.
ylang ylang, and spruce.
Mm.
Those three
Mm.
to help you release, get past that emotional blockage and release, relax, relate, and release, and be present.
Hmm. Hmm. That's your healing.
Right.
It already happened. It already happened, man. The breakup already happened. He already did what he did. She already did what she did. They already did what they did. You already went with you. How you gonna heal from something you already healed? You're here. What don't kill me make me stronger. So not only are you here, but you're supposed to be stronger, man. That's celebratory. That's not, oh man, I wish, hold up. What don't kill
Right.
me make me stronger. Oh, hold up. I'm looking at this wrong. See, so that's it already happened, man. I mean, it
Already have.
already happened. So you not only are you healed, but can't nobody else see the scar but you. That's how good you healed. God damn.
Right.
I, I got cut. I got a bunch of scars, and that's because I picked the scab off too fast, and it didn't heal perfectly, so you can see the scar. But
Yes.
you walk around, you got to tell people your scars. They be like, man, shit. I thought you was.
Like, I thought you
See?
dropped out the
So that's
sky an angel.
hey, but that's so you see that's what I'm saying. Like this is our memory. That's why I started with hold up. When we look at these concepts and okay, as a how it's only so many bodies. My
Right.
mind, my body, my physical body, my spirit, my emotional, my mental. Like it's only so many parts of me. It's not, you know what I mean? So the physical heals itself. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So the other portions, that's me. I have to say I'm not healed. You can't look at me and say I'm mentally, emotionally, spiritually unhealed or need healing. I have to declare that. This is
Right.
Muslims as we make our declaration, La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah. You gotta declare, I'm in pain. I'm not. You gotta declare these things, right? So if you hear, declare that you heal and watch what happens. See,
Be
when
in
you
the
claim, when you when you claim, I need. Oh man, I'm still getting over. I'm still. Hold up, man. It already. How you ain't over it? You look like you over it.
right.
you look like you over it.
Right.
Shoot.
Thank God I don't look like what I've been through.
ah! Go on, I knew it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Celebrate your win, man.
Right.
See, celebrate your. You could tell people you don't like that, and you don't. Y'all only knew my story. Celebrate your win. Celebrate your story. That was you.
Right.
You know, you was there. Who was there with you? You can give credit to whoever you want, but you was there. You survived. You're here right now. What don't kill you makes you stronger. You're healed.
Right.
You're healed. The rest of it is okay. I don't want to remember it anymore. All right, well then we can work on that because if that's what got you to the strong part that you are in now, how can you not want to remember that? Oh man, listen, let me tell y'all something that happened to me when I was 14, man. This shit, wow. Man, y'all gonna be tripping. Y'all ready for this? See, that's how you gotta, it's your life, man. It's
Absolutely.
yours. It made you who you are. Just it made me who I am. So yeah, I can be affected by it because yes, I wish things were different. I wish I could. I'm human. My brain, my imagination is going to do that sometimes. Replay some things, reenact some things, re-remember some things. Okay, but I'm going to. I know how to bring myself out of it.
Right.
You like you know what I'm saying? Like if it gets too deep, oh,
But
oh.
knowing is half the battle.
You know what I mean? If it started getting too deep, man, sister, I was going through some things. I'm speaking from the experience. This
Yeah.
ain't me talking about nobody else's life. This is me in 2024. September 2024. To be
Right. Like yes.
precise. Yeah, yeah, like yesterday, 2024. You know, but that just for myself, it just allows me. I just learned different ways to pull myself out, and not just because I went to school for it, but I wanted to learn how to do it for myself
For yourself.
because I have triggers. Like I said, my parents, and they're still alive, man. Like, come on, man. So that's every family event. You know what I mean? Like my birth, that's all year long,
Right.
with the potential to be triggered. So it's like I had to find all of these ways. But aroma, I'm gonna tell you something. Ain't none of them like aromatherapy, man. Shit, man, man, we talking 22 seconds, man. I don't care what you could be sexually aroused, you could be angry, you could be hungry, you could be sad, depressed. You put some lemon,
We got something. Yeah.
you just some
Lemon.
lemon. You just gonna be on lemon. You ain't gonna be able to think about nothing but lemon.
That's
You
right.
like, you gonna be wondering how the hell they got lemon in this damn
In this
man,
bottle.
hold up, man. That- This joint, that's lemon. Man, that's what you gonna be doing. You know what I
That's
mean? So
yeah.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
take the top off. As simple as
Just
that.
take that's it. And you not even you just taking the top off.
And this is frankincense, and the bottle is
Mm,
pretty much empty,
mm, mm.
but the aroma is still there. Now, it's I still get that same effect.
Yeah, yeah,
That's how
yeah,
powerful it is.
yeah. That
Sister
yeah, I
Lindsay
like
say, I
frankincense.
gotta get some of that. Yes, ma'am. Contact
Oh,
me. We can get you straight.
I live by it, man. I'm telling you. The only time I don't diffuse is when I'm cooking certain things,
Okay.
But other than that, my diffuser, man, I'm trying to tell you, man.
Always
And
on.
plus, you know, I'm not the first occupant of this living space, so I'm always diffusing because I'm always getting rid of the former occupants. You know,
Right. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, yeah,
Clear that energy.
yeah, man. Shit.
Right.
Because I think they had dark. Some odors you just can't, because that's science. Like when you're looking at science and what odors are and things like that, that they're molecules. So
Mm.
like that's where like Febreze, where you see that commercial where they capture that molecule. You know what I mean? So that's essential oils have those properties too, where they don't just mask
Right.
the smell. They will that
Yes.
molecule will grab
Do it
and
and take it
take it
away.
right on about it.
That's right.
Hey,
Purify your
I'm trying to
atmosphere.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
Yes.
Shoot. You better get what's it.
Antibacterial, antimicrobial properties. Yes, sir.
Anti-death, all that good stuff.
Mm.
Shit.
Brother
But
Kente says Brother Sean gonna have to show me how to make some of that whole wheat bread he be making.
oh man, you know, I I just ate some. Yeah, sure. I just ate some. Yeah, we that'll be a because I do use um the it's only a few oils that really you're supposed to like able to ingest anyway. So
Right.
I do use the oils to cook with too though.
Okay. Which ones have you
Oh
used?
shit. This oregano, onion, pepper, turmeric,
Mhm.
um peppermint,
I love that garlic
orange.
oil. Have you
Yeah.
used garlic oil?
Yeah. The
It's
garlic,
powerful.
yeah. Yeah. That's what makes, especially like I said in the bread, a couple
Mhm.
drops. You like whoa, oh, because you're not looking at drops, so you just looking at drink, drink, drink. Hey, it's like oh man, that joints be cooking and diffusing at the same time. You be like, what's
Right.
going on in there?
That's another level of diffusion.
Yeah, exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
All
Yeah,
right,
but
family.
mhm.
Thank you all for tuning in. Brother Kente, Sister Lindsay, Sister Beverly, and all of those that may watch this on the replay. We appreciate you. We're going to put a pin in it right there.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And I will post my links for the essential oils, and Brother Kente contact me for that inhaler. All right, family. With that being said, we are going to close it out. We appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your evening. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.